Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of Musuma Mentors. This is Kim Buffalo and I'm so excited to introduce my friend Kim Clayton. We've been friends for many years and I am just amazed at your ventures that you've gotten yourself into. Kim has got a fantastic entrepreneurial mind. She's got a great imagination and I just can't wait for you to learn what all she has been doing lately. So I just want to start off with talking about the Clayton Corner Farm. Tell us about that.
So Clayton Corner Farm, we are in Afton, Oklahoma, just not too far from the Buffalo Ranch convenience store. We raise Scottish Highland cattle. We also raise Panlander cattle, which is a Panda Scottish Highland cross. And we also have a small herd of lowlines, which is the smaller Angus. We use those for our events, which we'll discuss more here pretty quick.
And so your husband is a farmer, and you've always kind of been interested in that as a younger person as well. Tell us a little bit about how your interest was piqued with farming.
So when we moved to Afton, of course, like a lot of people who live around Grand Lake, were attracted to the lakes. And when we moved here, we found an old farmhouse that we completely remodeled, and it had land and property and barns with it. So it wasn't long after that we started adding cattle to the farm. So my husband grew up around cattle. I wasn't exposed to cattle as much as he was growing up. So this was an opportunity for me to get cattle and learn more about agriculture, and this gave us the opportunity to do that.
That is awesome. Well, I'm going to move on to our second thing that we talked about today, which is Cowgirl Gold. And so I love this one because it involves your mother, and I got to meet her, yes. And she was such a wonderful woman. Very much like, I can tell that you take after her with just all of your excitement, and how you work with people. So anyway, tell us about Cowgirl Gold and what that was about, or what that is about.
So my mother was in Northwest Oklahoma. She was a radio personality. I lost her almost 4 years ago, but she had developed her own seasonings and mixes line. Actually, to back up a little bit, she created a steak marinade for our family gatherings, which was phenomenal. We absolutely loved it. It took her a long time to perfect the seasoning, but when she did, she did. It was extremely good. So I decided to surprise her one Mother's Day, and I hired a character artist, and he drew a picture of her. We created a label, and I surprised her with her very first steak marinade label. She was so excited about that. Yes. That she went off and created a whole line, salsa mix, cocoa, yogurt mix, barbecue rub, the whole 9 yards, which was so exciting, so much fun. So when she passed away about 4 years ago, I inherited the seasoning line. So I still have that today, and I'm very, very fortunate that I get to continue her legacy with that.
Absolutely. What a great way to honor her. And I am a testament that this seasoning is amazing. Jeff and I don't have a steak until we put that seasoning on there.
So it's really good. It's an all-purpose seasoning, so it's good for many things.
Steak
but how that name came about is that she was a radio personality and her handle was Cowgirl. So we developed the Cowgirl Gold name.
And the caricature on the package, of course, I know that you talked about changing that up a little bit, but looks just like her. I was amazed whenever I saw it. I just thought that was fantastic. So anyway, what a great legacy that she leaves with that. So
absolutely.
Okay, now on to yet another venture of yours. So this is called Cowgirl Confidence, and you are going to be blown away when you hear all that Kim has developed with this program. So, and she even has a T-shirt that she's going to talk about as well.
I do. So Cowgirl Confident are events that we hold at our farm here in Afton. So we invite ladies from all over the United States to come to the farm. We spend now what has developed into a 3-day event learning how to work cattle, from moving cattle to administering vaccines to operating a chute to, we keep adding more sessions as we grow and get the suggestions in, but we're also learning how to pull a calf. We have the honor of having veterinarians in the area. We have OSU Extension that comes out and holds courses. We have farms, specialists that join in and to educate the ladies that come in. So we jam pack the schedule, and we learn so much on how to work cattle, how to maintain their health, nutrition, and like I said, in those difficult birthing situations as well.
Yeah, so during lunch, I learned from Kim that she, while working on the farm, helping her husband, that the mechanics of the chutes and the things that they have to use were kind of hard, for you to manipulate and everything. So out of that, testing and trial came her thought process. There's got to be some way easier. So talk a little bit about that.
Yes, when we bought our farm, we inherited the chute that came with that. And that was very difficult for me to operate. I dreaded when it came time to vaccinate and to take care of the cattle and run them through the chute because it was so hard for me to operate. But my husband at that said, you know what, we're going to bite the bullet, go find us a new chute, one that you're more comfortable operating. So we did, and it was a game changer for me. Knowing that I could run a cow through and operate that chute, it became fun. And I thought if more women knew this and could operate it and get hands-on with this, then they're not going to dread working cattle as well either. So that opened up the whole idea of, let's invite women to the farm. Let's let them get hands-on with the equipment, with the cattle, and it just grew from there because there are so many people that want to educate others. And we had an outpouring, and still do, of people contacting and saying, hey, I'd like to teach this. Or if I ask somebody in a specialty area that, we're getting requests for, they're on board. They're quick to jump in and want to educate, and that has been tremendous, just the amount of people that want to get together and educate and extend that knowledge.
Yeah, that is so cool, because sometimes we think that maybe we're the only one that's going through a situation, but more than likely there's other people that are facing the same situation. And so she used the opportunity to fix the problem and then learned about other people that have benefited from that as well. So I just wanted to talk about a cute phrase that you told me about during lunch, which was community, and that not only women have been coming to your event, but now men are invited as well. So I kind of wanted you to elaborate on that.
Yeah, so a lot of the women that are coming, they're not only learning, but they're also developing more than what I even realized whenever I began this. They're developing a support system, what I have coined the phrase of is community. They're getting that support from one another. We even have a lady out of Broken Arrow that came, and through the event she found that there were 2 other ladies within 4 miles of her farm that she didn't know, hadn't met until then, and now they have a close friendship. But I mean, we again have women from all over the United States that are coming to these events, and they're making friends across the country and maintaining those relationships and that support system. So the community has been a tremendous add that we didn't see coming, but has been absolutely phenomenal for these ladies. They're surrounding each other. This event is creating that like-minded, that community. They're getting that support system.
Yeah, I love that. And so I wanted to kind of also ask at the end of the podcast, I always ask my ladies, what are some of your favorite ways that you stay fit? You are obviously beautiful, fit, and trim. So tell us a bit about your secrets if you're willing to.
Farming, cattle,
yes.
Carrying feed buckets, run all over the farm.
Constant movement.
And it's constant. It's constant. It's a lot of labor, but it's definitely a labor of love. I enjoy every second of it. And I think, in my daily activities, I'm probably getting exercise out of just the enjoyment of what I'm doing and not even realizing that I'm exerting as much energy as
it's just your lifestyle.
do. It's my lifestyle,
yeah.
and I absolutely love it.
That is awesome. Okay, for our younger viewers out there, you might have some great ideas deep down inside. Sometimes you're afraid to step out. So Kim, can you speak to our younger viewers about maybe overcoming some obstacles or, some sense of encouragement that you could give them?
I feel like strength comes from the Lord. Absolutely. I hope that you have that relationship with the Lord and that you can depend on Him for all things. But also, I think, you surround yourself with those kind of people that share similar interests that you do and create that support system. Find your own community like we have with the community, and I welcome you to come. If you're at all interested in agriculture and cattle, come attend an event and become part of our community, but find those like minds. But also don't be afraid of failure. You know, if you go venture out and try something, don't be afraid if it messes up, because you're going to learn from that and you're going to grow from that, and try it again and make it even better, or you'll find another path in which your heart really, where your heart really is.
Yes, it takes a lot of tenacity, and it takes a lot of, you just got to keep at it. And sometimes you have to encourage yourself, but like she's saying, pull encouragement from your friends and just keep moving in that positive direction. Kim, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for
I
having
love
me.
all that you're doing. We are going to include all of her websites, so if you have any questions, or if you would like to be a part of any of the things she has going on. She also has wonderful t-shirts, just great products. So I would just love for you to visit her websites and see what all she has going on. And until next time, take care, and you are beautiful.